thing I had to admit was that I'd never done this before. And I had to put aside some of the hubris and go get help. So I signed up with a firm. There was a partner who had left Deloitte and was with a recruiting firm who focused on board readiness. And I joined that cohort and they helped me. They helped me think about it. They helped me target. They helped me write my bio. They helped me practice my story. And I really had to put my natural, well, I know how to do this. Well, I know how to do that. I'm an accomplished executive. I'm like, you've never done this before. Why don't you go get help from people who've done it before? And although maybe I think I'm a good writer, they made my bio far better than it was before. They helped me think about what my strengths, what to focus on in the story. So getting and I got to talk to other people who were in the same boat as me. So we talked, we exchanged phone numbers. How are you approaching it? I mean, I got a brilliant idea. For me, it was a brilliant idea from one lady in the cohort who said, you know, I couldn't keep all these conversations I'm having straight. I have a spreadsheet where I lay out all the conversations. And I realized that's exactly what I needed because I was stumbling through conversations, not even remembering who introduced me to this person and why. And put together a spreadsheet that says, John introduced me to Mary to talk about private equity. And Mary introduced me to Jim. And I could now start the conversation. You know, I heard from Mary who, great things about you. And the conversation just started so much better. So got ideas, created a great bio. I don't think a great bio gets you a board seat. But not having a great bio prevents you from getting a board seat. So it becomes table stakes. And the bio is not the same as a resume. And I learned that sitting in with that cohort and really understanding what made a compelling bio. And then the final thing I would say, maybe the second to final, the interview process is really important. My first interviews, I started out with, I was the global CIO of Deloitte, and you know, it's a $55 billion operation in 100+ countries with 300,000 people, and we put in one of the world's largest SAP systems and one of the world's largest Salesforce and custom development. They were kind of bored, right? You could sense the body. One of the things I think I try to get good at is reading body language, and you could tell I'm not connecting. And I think it was, why the hell do you think you're here? The only reason you're talking to us is because you've done all these things. We know that. Just not that interested in the fact that you put in one of the world's largest Salesforce systems. And I went back to the drawing board and rethought my pitch. And really it came down to discussions of leadership, of change, of my ability to learn, my ability to challenge, examples of how I'd done these things. And it really became a completely different conversation. It wasn't so much what I had done. It's really what impact I've had and who I am and how I would fit into this new environment. And I could feel the body language changing. So that was another area of preparation that made a lot of sense. And then finally, how did I actually connect with some of these opportunities? People. I've mentored dozens of people over the years, and every single time I tell them relationships really matter. And I think it was a cliche. I didn't deeply understand what that meant. I can now tell you that for every single board that I sit on, I can tell you the exact name of the person who introduced me to the opportunity. in the public boards that I sit on, every one of them went through a recruiting firm. But it was a relationship that introduced me to the person who had that opportunity that made the difference. And I think I have a pretty good bio, but sending in a bio just doesn't work. I don't even know if they read them. Maybe they do, but it just doesn't work. It needed that relationship. And even with a pretty decent bio, that whole notion of relationships really, really, really matter, struck home.